Good afternoon, Year 9s. Today we are going to be making churros. So in your next lesson you'll be making churros, like I just said. It's a dessert. I'm sure many of you have had it before. So the ingredients I'm just going to go through with you quickly. I have already measured it. You guys should be knowing how to measure it. If not, I'll help you in class. So we have 140 grams of plain flour. We've got 20 grams of sugar, granulated sugar. We've got 4 eggs, which we'll be using 3 eggs and 1 egg yolk, okay? And then we have got 85 grams of butter as well, salted butter. And in this bowl, this is for when your churros are cooked, where we're going to mix them in with the topping. In here is cinnamon and sugar, okay? 130 grams of sugar with 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, okay? And over here is 1 cup of water. Right, so firstly I've got my oil in the pan over here, in my frying pan. I'm going to place that nice and steadily over there and put the heat on because we want that to start heating up, okay, before we start cooking. Oh, there we go. On the side here, you can see I've got a tray ready for when my churros are ready, okay? And I've got some tongs. Everything is prepared before I start cooking to make my process faster, okay? Right, okay. Firstly, I will heat my pan up here, my saucepan, putting that on a nice medium heat, making sure my butter is not burning. I'm going to place the butter in there, okay? As you can see, I've cut it up into pieces, 2 pieces, to help it melt quicker. This is going to go straight into the sink because we are tidying up as we're working. Now, the pan gets hot really quickly, so we're going to make sure we're moving this around so we're not burning it, okay? Right, moving that around. Just waiting for the butter to melt. I don't know if you can see it. Let me show it on the video here so you can see inside the pan, okay? So that's melting nicely. Now, while that's melting, I'm going to place 20 grams of sugar in, okay? This goes straight into the sink, making sure my handles are on the side always. I need to put 4 teaspoons, which I'm going to grab a teaspoon. Sorry, 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. 1, that's 2. This goes straight into the sink. And that's on a nice low heat, my hob, because it is melting my butter, okay? And not burning the butter. So someone in your group is going to have to be here stirring at all times. Because there's 3 of you, there's 1 of me at the moment, okay? Right, here we go. Still melting because the chunk was quite big on the butter and it was quite cold as well, okay? Shouldn't take too long. Can you see inside here, Miss? No? Can you see? If I tilt it, it goes the other way. Yeah? Okay, so it should look like this, okay? When you're melting it. Excellent, nearly done. So now I'm going to place my eggs in here, okay? So I need to put 3 whole eggs in here and 1 egg yolk. So that means you're separating 1. So I'm going to wait till the last one for that to happen. Actually, before that, I think I'm going to put my water in there, okay? So I've got my water here, making sure that all my butter is melted, which it has nicely. Making sure it doesn't burn anymore, so I put the water in at this stage, okay? There we go, 1 cup of water. Straight in the sink. Now I keep on repeating that. I want you to tidy as you go along. Get into that good habit. Right, so over here, I'm going to put the temperature up a little bit because I have water in there now as well. So at this point, what it will do, it will start heating up a little bit more, okay? Now with my eggs, okay, I'm going to grab 1 more bowl. I'd like to do that a little bit separately, okay? So with my eggs, okay? Cracking the egg, just gently tapping it onto the table, putting this straight in the bin, not on my work surface. Next one, straight on there. There we go. Last one, okay? So sometimes you can see like the eyes of the egg on here, okay, of the chick. Okay, sorry. So what I'd like to do sometimes is get a spoon and take those bits out, okay? Only if you can see them. It's just a speck. Right, here we go. Taking that bit out, okay? Putting it straight in the bin then my spoon goes into the sink. Now, just checking my temperature here. You can feel the heat from the top here, okay? So what I'm going to do is lower my temperature over here, okay? Brilliant. Now this is heating up nicely, okay? With a fork, I'm just going to whisk my eggs very quickly, making sure the air is getting into this, okay, when you're whisking. Okay, that's done. Now I'm going to place that into my saucepan. Now I need to separate my egg because I just want the egg yolk in here because the egg yolk makes it nice and rich, okay? So you crack it, gently pull it apart, holding one side of it because we want to only use the egg yolk, if you remember me saying that, okay? Taking away all the egg white, okay? I'm going to pop that in there for a moment because I just want to whisk that before I put it in. Okay, mix that up. With my spatula to get all of that out, the spatula was the best thing to use at this moment, okay? Because you can, there we go, take all those ingredients out. Right, just giving that a mix. Because you don't want it to turn into scrambled eggs. As you can see over here, there must have been a little bit of water left in that. So that's why one of the reasons we put the oil at the back, so we're making sure we're safe at all times, okay? Okay. Now, that part is ready. These bits are going to go into the sink. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with the flour, okay? This part, you have to make sure you're here and you're stirring at all times, okay? Straight in there and just give it and stirring, okay? Making sure we're taking those lumps out as much as we can. It's going to thicken in a little while, as you'll see. Okay, keep on with your spatula, because your spatula helps you break down the ingredients, okay? So you can press down on it, you can take all the sides, put them all together. There we go. It's coming together nicely. It looks a little bit like this, okay? Now, I'm still going to carry on breaking those particles apart, okay? Breaking the ingredients, making sure they're mixing all nicely together. Okay. Nearly done. Okay. I'm turning the heat off now, okay? Turn the heat off. You can take a mat from the middle here. And you can place that here, okay? So we're taking off the heat. I'm just giving it a few more mixes. You have to be really careful when you put the egg in where someone's there stirring it, because what can happen, it can turn into what?
Scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs, and we don't want scrambled eggs, okay? Okay, now that has turned into a beautiful dough, okay? So that's your churro mix. Now, the fun part, okay? So put this in my sink. I've got some scissors and I've got a piping bag, okay? So what I always use when I'm using a piping bag is I try and get a jug to give me stability of when you're using your piping bag, okay? I haven't got the nozzle because you guys won't all have a nozzle. You might have one at home, which is a big one, which will take out the shape of the churro, okay? But what I'm going to do, I can just use it like that. But make sure I cut enough of it, okay? So it'll give me a nice big sized churro. So that much comes off, placed straight in the bin, okay? Now we're going to open this up. Put your hand in it and turning it around over here, okay? Making a funnel, okay? So you place that on there just so it's easier for you to handle. Making a nice hole in the middle there, okay? Right. Taking your mixture, placing it in. Now this is quite a high skilled level dish for you guys to make sure it be really good for when you go into year 10, okay? Okay, nice and clean my pan. Empty all of my ingredients, okay? Place it straight into my sink. Don't need my spatula anymore. I'm going to move this to the side. I am going to need my mixture with my cinnamon and my sugar as soon as I've fried, okay? So I'm going to pop that here, and I'm going to bring my tray a little bit closer as well, okay? Over here. Just getting prepared beforehand. I have put that on a low heat, okay? So we're going to give it a go. Lifting the sides up, okay? Bringing it to the center, making it nice and tidy. And then we're going to bunch it together, okay? And then we're going to twist, okay? You can see the ingredients are coming out the end here. So, I'm only going to do a few just for the video's sake, okay? Just to show you guys, okay? You'll do more when you actually got the lesson. It is a little bit hot, so be careful, okay? Be careful. Let it cool down for a little while. You'd have a little bit more time in your lesson than I have right now, okay? Now, gently, I am going to place that in there and pinch it at the top, okay? And pinch it at the top. Again, pinching it at the top, okay? Does get a little bit hot. Pinching it at the top there, okay? I'm going to do 4 for now. I might do another one more actually. You can do a different shape if you want to. You can do like a little swirl. You can be adventurous with this part, okay? I'm going to wash my hands quickly. With my fingers. Okay. That's my little ingredient sheet just in case I forgot anything. Now I have to be a little bit patient, okay? Making sure my cinnamon and sugar is ready. You'll see how when you're frying, you can control the temperature, okay? Because I've had it on for a while, you can see that it is ready because it's sizzling, okay? I don't want to have the temperature too high because if it goes in and it cooks, goes brown straight away, that means that the insides are not cooking, okay? And I'm sure you don't want to eat that dough from inside. You want it nicely cooked inside, okay? Right, just watching them. Put my temperature up a little bit. Here we go. And this is the patient part, okay? We have to wait for a few moments for this to turn brown, okay? Always making sure that you put the oil at the back here so we don't have any accidents at the front. And your handle is at the side here so it's not in anyone's way, okay? I've just turned one over. I've just gently pushed it around, okay, with my tongue here. You have them in your utensils drawer, okay, which is on the side over here. Pushing them, just turning them around gently. You don't want to burn them. You don't want to undercook them. So we're just staying on top of it a little bit, okay? Here we go. Another tool that I would like to use after it's finished is one of these, okay? So they have holes in here, it's in the spoon, and it'll be easy for me to scoop one up, pop it in the cinnamon, okay? Drain the oil out because it's got the holes inside as well. Okay. Not too long now. This is why one person in your group is going to have to be here doing this, okay? Maybe you can take turns in doing it, but don't leave it unattended. Oil, you never leave unattended, okay? Anyone know why? Anyone know why you can't leave oil unattended? No? Yeah?
This is like very flammable.
Yeah, obviously it's flammable, yeah, and this could spill everywhere. So one person's got to make sure that everyone's safe, okay? And you've got to make sure you're safe as well, so you're standing at a nice distance from it, you're not hovering over it too much, okay? But if it was here, there's more of a chance of it spilling on me. If I was doing something really quickly, if I was going to the sink to drop something, you've got to make sure you're keeping yourself safe, okay? Right, I'm going to turn them over one more time. You do have to wait for them to get a little bit golden brown, because when you buy them in the shops, they're a little bit nice and golden brown, right? That's exactly how you want them over here as well, okay? want to finish one at least so I can show you guys in the time. They can get a little bit slippery, as you can see. Okay. If you are using one of these on a non-stick frying pan, please be careful not to scrape the bottom, okay? Because we want to make sure we're keeping these pans intact. Okay. Nearly done. Right, I'm going to take one out just to give you guys, to show you what to do next, okay? Keeping the tissue there, keeping my tongs over here as well, okay? Because they're not too much oil, I can put them on the side here. Okay. I'm going to go for the middle one. See how I take one out, okay? And I just gently hold it to the side so all that oil is coming out. While it's hot and while it's got the oil, I want to put it straight into my cinnamon and sugar mix, okay? Goes in there, not with this, we're not stirring with that. We take another spoon or a fork or something, and we are just going over our churro with the cinnamon and the sugar, okay? Just coating it slightly, all right? And there we have our churro, okay? And you place it on there, okay? Now, we're going to do plenty more here right now, but thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and see you next week.